Hi, everyone, and welcome back to our show and the one place in the world where everyone wants to visit, Hueytown, Alabama. Yep, that's right, Hueytown, Alabama. Today's winner is Jeff Gordon. He's just like a lot of other guys in auto racing. He's a 15-year veteran, and he's got a wall full of trophies and a string of victories that's getting longer and longer. But Jeff is different. For starters, he's only 20 years old.
I don't look at myself as being, you know, the youngest guy out there, being however much younger I am than the rest of the guys out there. I look at myself as just being another competitor who can drive a race car, who, you know, is with a good team and has good people around him, and so far good things have happened, and I try not to look at myself as being the kid out there.
Let me tell you one thing. Jeff Gordon doesn't drive like a kid, that's for sure. On today's edition of Winners, we'll get to know the hottest young driver on the NASCAR circuit and to see the kind of hard work, sacrifice, and family support that goes into making a winner.
Winners is brought to you by Fram Filter Products. Fram, you can pay a little now.
Jeff Gordon is younger than most champion race car drivers, but he's been at it about as long as most of them. When he talks about the early days in California, I mean, he's talking about the early days.
When I was about 4 1/2, 5 years old, my stepfather brought 2 race cars home, one for me, one for my sister, just a little quarter midget. You know, we were excited, and you know, I was into anything that I could get my hands on those days. I think it was just something to keep me out of trouble, but you know, it just started out making a little dirt track out the fairgrounds and just going around, spinning around in circles, and it went from that to going to the races, you know, every once in a while on the weekends, and the next thing I know, I'm practicing during the week and racing 3 times a weekend, and you know, I really never realized that was going to end up being my future.
Jeff's mom and stepfather supported Jeff's new hobby. Most parents might think it was a bit too dangerous, but to them, it seemed a lot safer than the alternative.
We started Jeff in bicycle racing because all the kids on the block were BMX bike racing, and his mom and I both felt that was a little dangerous.
We realized real quick that he wanted to compete in the, you know, up over the jumps and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I thought it was pretty neat at first, you know. I thought, oh, you know, well, that'll keep him busy. Well, I went to my first race, and they had ambulances there hauling kids off with broken ribs and everything, and I said, I don't want this at all. But I couldn't see him doing that when he was older. No, I couldn't see me watching him do that. And then that's when John brought home the quarter midgets. And then I thought we were really nuts. I said, wait, we're going from bicycles to cars, and he's like 4 1/2 years old. I said, we're really crazy. But I realized right away that it was much safer. I mean, he had a complete body around him. He had protection around him, and it, you know, it was just a much safer thing. They didn't have ambulances at the quarter midget tracks.
Jeff's first outing didn't do one thing to calm his mother's fears.
Went to his first race, and he's trying really hard, and he hits the fence, and he flips the quarter midget 5 times, end for end, down the front straightaway. And then she looks at me, and she says, I don't know if we've really done the right thing. And I said, hey, it's fine. We'll fix the car, and we'll be right back out here racing again, you know. And we fixed the car, and Jeff helped me, and we went back out, and he ran into the same spot in the fence. But this time he didn't tip it over, and we fixed the car again and went back out, and the kid gets fast time, you know.
Starting when he was a kid, Jeff was a winner, and his career is yet to slow down. It began with 3 national quarter midget championships, and followed that with 4 national go-kart championships before hitting the all-star circuit. He racked up hundreds of victories, and on his 16th birthday, he became the youngest driver ever awarded a USAC sprint car license. And he was driving a Raleigh Hemley car.
One of the most prestigious midget races on the USAC National Championship Series is the night before the 500. It's held in Indianapolis Raceway Park the night before the Indianapolis 500. That was Jeff's first race in 1989. So we were a little doubtful how we were going to do. We knew we'd do well. We had a brand new car. Jeff, in qualifying, went out and broke the track record and then proceeded to just run away with the race.
That race, that win, would be a major turning point.
It just seemed like one day I was winning weekly races on some dirt track quarter miles in southern Indiana, and the next day I was winning on live TV, and you know, it happened really fast, but it's definitely what got me here today.
And he came back the next year to become the youngest series champion ever, winning 9 races and 10 poles. But Jeff needed new worlds to conquer. He had the confidence and the skill to attack the Busch Grand Nationals.
It was a year that I look back at now and say, wow, you know, I mean, we won like 9 or 10 races in that one series, and I look back now and you know, here I am trying to win one Busch Grand National race, and knowing that I won 9 or 10 races in a single series in a single season, and I mean, it really makes me feel good.
Good maybe, but certainly not cocky.
I knew that it was going to be really tough. I knew what the competition level was like, and I really didn't expect to win. If we even ran a top 10 or a top 15, I was going to do backflips all the way down the front straightaway. You know, I knew how tough it was. Just finishing a race for me was a goal, and I'd go out there and I'd spin out here and crash here, and just, you know, it was really a really difficult change from the open wheel cars to the stock cars, and it definitely took a while for me to get used to them.
Still, 1991 wasn't exactly a losing year for Jeff, because by the end of the season, he had edged out David Green for Rookie of the Year honors.
That was like a championship in itself, you know. I mean, we had a tough battle. David Green and myself, I tell you, we had some hard-fought battles, and he was running good, and we were running good, or he was having bad luck, and we were having bad luck. So it was a championship title in itself.
It was a title that he had spent his whole life preparing for. A youth built of success and hard work, but missing some things too.
You ever think you just missed being a regular kid?
Oh yeah, I can remember, you know, when I was younger than I am now, there were so many times when I wanted to go play football with my other friends, and go play basketball or baseball, and ride my skateboard or my bicycle. There are so many times when I, you know, got in arguments with my mom and dad. I don't want to go to the races, you know. I want to go, you know, be a regular kid.
Michael Jordan missed out on a few things, and Dale Earnhardt missed out on a few things, and all of the people that are in the Olympics this year missed out on a few things. And I think that one of the things that all successful professional athletes have done is dedicate themselves to a specific area to try to be the best that they can be.
Jeff Gordon's dedication began paying off. He started noticing that with the wins and the prize money came a measure of fame.
You know, he'll tell me that, you know, he went here, he went there, and, you know, somebody recognized him or something. That really means a lot to him, because he really doesn't think that he's, you know, any kind of a big, important person. He doesn't think of himself as a Dale Earnhardt or a Richard Petty or anything like that. And I'm constantly telling him, my favorite saying to him is, you're just a little fish in a great big ocean.
I want to be a racer, you know. I want to go out and I want to win races, and I want to be successful, and whether or not I'm the next Richard Petty or Dale Earnhardt really doesn't matter to me. I want to be the next Jeff Gordon.